Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today is day 2 of the 75k affirmation challenge, our 75 hard challenge. If you don't know what that is, I talk about it in one of my other videos. It should be the next one back. Just to tell you what to do, how to do it, whatever, if you are interested. But if not, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I have manifested since I switched over to law of assumption as opposed to law of attraction. Now, I think I have other videos where I talk about other things that I manifested. I manifested moving to Hawaii. I manifested my man before I knew anything about law of assumption. So I ended up learning about it, I think like the winter, like December of 2024. And I looked at everything. I was looking at Neville Goddard, Sammy Ingram, Taylor Tokes, I don't know how to say it. I was just in it. And I had a big personal issue that I'm not really gonna go into, but something very negative happened in my life and I was kind of rock bottom. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I am going to try this law of assumption thing out. I am going to put 100% of my faith in it and I am going to try it until it works. And that is exactly what I did. I spent about 2 weeks affirming non-stop. Okay, y'all think I'm doing the 75k challenge right now and you're like, that's crazy. I'm telling you, those 2 weeks, from the second I woke up to the second I went to sleep, I was affirming. Like, I remember even when I was watching a movie, when I was talking to people, I needed that issue to be fixed so freaking badly. I mean, it was actually probably closer to a week that I did that. I'll say 2 weeks, but I think it was completely resolved in like a week and 2 days, but we'll say 2 weeks. Anyway, guys, when I tell you there was zero movement, honestly, there was regression. Things were getting worse while I was affirming for it. I wasn't perfect either. You know, my mom asked me about that subject, freaking broke down, crying, sobbing, blah, blah, blah. I tried action to fix it. That would blow up in my face. I am telling you, I did things wrong, but I just kept affirming. And I was like, I literally remember like saying to myself, I am going to affirm for this until it either happens or like I will do this forever if I have to. Like, that's how desperate I was for it to get fixed. And then, like I said, about a week and 2 days later, I woke up and it was like I was in a totally different universe. Everything, the situation had been completely resolved. No one knew what I was talking about. Like everybody was acting like it was normal. Like, it was the strangest thing I have ever experienced. And even now, if I bring it up, they're like, oh yeah, but it's very strange. Weirdest thing that has ever happened in my life. But that really showed me, okay, it works, and it works no matter what the circumstances are, because the circumstances were not good. So that was like the end of December, maybe going into January. And then January, I was like, you know what? I want my life to improve. I was like, at that time, I was very overweight. I don't know how to say it besides like things weren't great. Like, things were not good. So I was like, you know what? Every year from now on, my life is gonna get better and better. and I committed to that. So that was like the big thing that I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I also had really bad anxiety at the time, and I mean anxiety in everything. Anxiety in my relationships, anxiety when driving, anxiety around money, around the house, like everything. And so I was like, I'm gonna fix this. So that's when I started, you know, repeating like, my life is getting better, things are going up, everything works in my favor. As I was driving, I would be like, another little crazy thing is I had like this light on in my car, like the check engine light, but I can't remember exactly what it was for, some kind of something. Anyway, I had this light on and I kept affirming. I was like, no, my car's in perfect condition. My car's in perfect condition. That light hasn't been on since then. I don't know what it was for. But I affirm that to myself all the time. My car's in perfect condition because I had this anxiety about it. And I have gotten my car like checked since then. I had to replace my brakes like a year ago or something like that, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like things like that just started working out for me. So around the summer, late summer, so I think July, things were really looking up. I know my husband had bought me a plane ticket to go visit one of my friends. It was the first time in like years I had been without my like toddlers, which, you know, everybody needs a break at some point. I had not had a break in like years, so I got to go do that, get to go see my friends. Like things were just getting better. I can't think of a bunch of like specific, but just all in all, things were working better in general. My relationship was getting way better. My like, I don't want to say relationship with my kids, but like, I know there was like some times when I felt like I just was overwhelmed with my kids, and that got better. Like things were just getting better. I started horseback riding at the time, I think, and like I said, things were just getting better. And the things that I was affirming for were coming true. I would even like test it. Like, I know one day I affirmed like, someone's gonna bring me food, and then someone did like that same day. So things were just getting better. Then in the late summer, I decided, you know what, I want to affirm for more money. I was like, but like, I'm not gonna get a job, an actual job, so I'm just gonna affirm for money and see what happens. And I did the 10K challenge at this point, and so I don't remember my exact affirmations, guys, but I was like, I'm just gonna affirm for more money. Or I think I was saying like, I get paid to exist and shit like that. So I finished the 10K challenge. Nothing had changed. But then a few weeks later, maybe 2 to 4 weeks later, so 2 weeks to a month later, I started doing TikTok Shop. Or maybe I started it right after that 10K challenge, but I know I got my first sale like 2 to 4 weeks after that. I think probably 2 weeks, somewhere around that time frame. Sorry, this is like over a year ago, so it's very whatever. Anyway, so I make my first sale through TikTok Shop, and I started making sales every single day, and I was like, this is great. Now, I was not making a ton of money at this point. I was making like $100 to $300 a month, but I was getting so many free products, so I thought it was really fun. I was having a good time, but I'm still affirming for money. Then someone ends up reaching out to me, and asking if I would help at their barn. And this was like the dream experience for me because I could take my 2 toddlers with me. It was like 15 minutes of work that I was doing. Like I was literally just feeding the animals, putting them inside, putting them outside, like whatever, like just little stuff that needed to be done. Never took me longer than like 30 minutes to an hour. Like I was usually just there for about 15 minutes. And I started getting paid to do that. And I mean, it was like one of the luckiest things I have ever experienced. It was so perfect for me. It got me out of the house. Like it was so much fun. I love horses. So getting to go and see the horses every day, dream experience. I was so thankful. And I 100% believe it was from that 10K challenge and then keeping up with it. Then, oh, don't worry, we're still going on the money. A little after that, so we'll say November time frame, I was like, you know what? I love TikTok. I love what's going on here, but I want more money than this. So I kept affirming, you know, and I started to pick it up because at that point, when I started making money on TikTok Shop, and when I started having that like side job, I kind of stopped affirming for it very much, just randomly. So I got back in the saddle. I was like, no, I'm gonna affirm for this. November ended up being the first month I made thousands of dollars on TikTok Shop. I don't know if I can put it in or if I'll remember to put it in, but I'll try to show you November if I can. It might already be deleted because I think it's just like 6 months back. But anyway, I made $5,000 in November and I was like, oh my gosh. I was so happy. And so then I was really excited. Like I said, I'm getting free products galore. I mean, they're right here. This is free products, like so perfect. But I started really wanting to do like specific things. Like I wanted, you know, nice makeup and stuff like that. And I did. Like this is from Tarte. I've got Medicube. You know, these were just things that I wouldn't spend my own money on because it's like I wouldn't, but it was like things that I wanted. So I started getting all these things that I wanted. I know one of the most exciting things was when I got Alphalete sent to me for the first time. Oh my gosh, I was in love. So I was just really excited. That wasn't in November, by the way. Alphalete was later, but I was really going hard on like requesting makeup and getting all this makeup that I would never buy myself. I was just so excited. And like I said, I was affirming for this at that time. And then also so we got through November, we're going through December, and I was like, you know, I'm getting all this makeup and stuff. I want to lose weight. And I don't want to have to try very hard. You know, I was like, I don't really want a calorie count. I don't really want to do all this shit. Like, I just want to lose weight and it'd be easy. And I told you guys, I was like, I don't want to sit there affirming about it all day because I don't even want to think about it all day. Like, I just want this to be easy and I know it can be. So I started listening to Glow Up Subliminals at night. And I mean, before anything started changing, I was trying to lose weight and I was able to. I lost, I think, like 5 to 10 pounds on my own. My cousin comes in that next week. She's talking to me about peptides. I had never heard about these before, but basically I'm not recommending them whatsoever because you have to do so much research and shit. But for me, it was great. I started my peptide journey end of December. No, it would have had to be January. So around January is when I think I actually started them, or maybe that last week in December, something around there. And, you know, fast forward to now, I've lost like 60 or 70 pounds. I also started watching Ashley Dalton. She's just someone that ended up randomly popping up, and I became obsessed. And she was like very big on like, you know, get up every day, go for a walk, you know, like work out, beat your face, you know, like don't go out there, you know, looking like shit basically. And it just spoke to me. I was like, yes. So I started doing my makeup every day. I started showing up for myself. And I mean, I have photos over like all over my page of like the glow up that's happened, but that was done completely with subliminals. And I also, from November to December, I was also affirming that like every method works for me and I'm a master at manifesting. I did that previously as well. So, sorry, I'm so all over the place. I affirm for different things all the time. But so that really helped. And I was just listening to these subliminals at night, and that's the only, like, I wasn't affirming, wasn't doing anything. So let's see what's next. So like I said, January time frame, I start really just manifesting appearance changes. And also I had tried the social media thing for years, over and over again, and I was just like, you know what, I am going to make myself stick to this one thing. Like, I am going to upload more and more often. And I don't remember exactly when I decided that, but I wanted to affirm having 1,000 subscribers, because I knew, like, to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and then like a bunch of watch hours. I think it's like 4,000 or something crazy. And I was like, I want to have the subscribers. I didn't affirm for the watch time, because I was like, I don't know 100% if I am going to want to stick to manifestation content or if I want to do mom content. So I was like, we'll just have the subscribers and then we'll worry about getting monetized once I'm 100% set on what I'm going to do. So I ended up getting that 1,000 subscribers so freaking quickly. Like, it was insane. Like, I feel like one day I had 300 and then I had 1,000. It was crazy. It was great. Lovely. I also ended up, I wanted to be monetized on, I had 3 different TikTok accounts. One I do my TikTok shop on. The other one I was kind of wishy-washy about, but I was like, I want to be monetized. So I wanted it to be where like anytime I posted a video, I could get money off of it. That happened. I think for that, I already had the follower count. I just needed like views, and got that after affirming for it. And then around that time, I was like, you know what? I want to commit to talking about manifestation, because it's, you know, made my life so much better. My mental health is the best it has ever been. Like, I feel like I am in control of my life. Like, I just want to be able to share this with other people so that they know they can do it. So that's when I started my TikTok account. And immediately when I started it, or when I consistently started posting, I was getting such good views for a new channel, and it was just so rewarding because I was like, this is the right thing for me to be viewing. Now, have I ever affirmed for a certain amount of views or a certain amount of followers or monetization of either account? No. And I'm probably not going to for a little while longer, just because I have ADHD. I'm someone who goes back and forth between things, and I want to make sure I am consistently doing it for a little bit. But lately my watch time has been going up, so I do think I'll probably be monetized on this by the end of this month or next month. So I guess I am going to continue to be doing this kind of content. But those are some of the things that I manifested. I also really wanted 2 cats, and I was like, you know, okay, so I have this dog. When I got this dog, I wanted a dog because I wanted a dog that went on walks with me, was sweet and super cuddly, whatever. I wanted a golden retriever, but my husband is really big into hunting, so he was like, no, let's get a hunting dog. And at that point, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, you know what, we'll just compromise. Like, I just want a dog, so it doesn't really matter. And so we got this hunting dog. Guys, this dog is insane. He does not cuddle. He will not sit with you. He won't even let you pet him. Like, he's so high energy. He won't walk on a leash. So I did not get the dog that I could walk with me everywhere. Did not get that at all. I kick myself every day for not getting a golden retriever. Anyway, so when I decided I wanted cats, I was like, I just want one that is so sweet and cuddly. It's exactly what I got. The other cat, so I got 2, so that my little buddy over here would have a friend. The other cat, not cuddly, not sweet at all. I mean, she's fine, but like she doesn't want anything to do with anybody. This cat though, I see him, he's laying in my windowsill right now, but so sweet, exactly what I wanted. Another thing that I affirmed for just a little bit was I wanted chickens, and I have chicken, I have eggs. Honestly, that wasn't even like something I wasn't affirming like I want chickens. I wrote down this huge list of like everything in my life is perfect. And you know, I put all these things down for that. That was one of the things on there. Just things like that. So this has kind of been a rambly tale of all the things, but I just wanted to go through some of the things that I was willing to share. You know, there's always those more personal things that I don't really want to talk about that have also, but these were all like easy ones that I could share with you, and I recommend you doing it too, especially if you have anxiety. Like I said, I had really bad driving anxiety because I got in a wreck like years ago. Freaked me the fuck out. So I've had driving anxiety for a while, or had driving anxiety for a while. Law of assumption is the only thing that fixed it. I went to therapy about it and did not help. So manifestation is great. Law of assumption is great. There's no method that is 100% like the best way. So I don't want you to get hung up on the method. You might see that I use subliminals to glow up, but maybe you have a little more resistance than I do. So you need affirmations, or you need scripting or visualization. Maybe, you know, maybe you want to get free products, and so you can just use a subliminal or something like that. So try different methods. I tell you that affirming works really, really well, and it works every freaking time. You just repeat it until you are blue in the face, and it'll work out. I know there's been some haters in the comments about, you know, a specific affirmation number or things like that, but I'm telling you, just affirm as much as you can, if you can. Anyway, I need to cut this off. This is 25 minutes long, but that is all. I hope you have a great day. Bye.